All right, hello, good morning and welcome. My name is Rafał Motriuk. I'm a science and technology journalist and I'll be your host today in this room. Thank you very much for having me. This conference is called TestDive and I hereby declare it officially open. We are gathered here in one of the oldest Polish cities. It used to be the capital of Poland. It is a city that's got its own fire-breathing dragon. It is a city that has endless streams of tourists swarming the market square. And of course, there are vast crowds of IT experts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kraków. I'd like to welcome everybody gathered here in Multikino. This is quite an impressive cinema, if you ask me. But I would also like to welcome everybody watching online. We are streaming this conference, so there are participants taking part all over the world. It is Nokia's second TestDive conference. If it's your first, then, well, the idea of yours to come here and take part was a good one. If it is your second, well, given last year's success, I'm not surprised to see you here again. But show of hands, your first conference? Yeah, many people, if not most. Second conference? Yeah, almost half-half. Good one. Okay, then. Now, in case you had doubts, testers are incredibly important in IT. Testers are responsible for secure, safe, and stable software. And this testing is incredibly important. Take the medical equipment, for example. If medical equipment, and it is complicated these days, if it is tested properly, if it is stable, and if it is secure, on some level, testers save people's lives. And there are over 1,300 of us together in this cinema. There are over 20 speakers and over 20 lectures to choose from. We are going to have an extra challenge today. This is for everybody. And the challenge is to meet someone new. Why? Because TestDive is a great networking opportunity. So please, please be brave. During breaks, walk up to someone, say who you are and what you do, and tell them what are your favorite heavy metal bands, or what are your sports that you're particularly bad at. Actually, I'd like to propose the first networking activity right now. So I'll count to 3, and on 1, I'd like to ask you to say your first name. On 2, I'd like you to say the name of your job, of your position. And on 3, the city or the place you come from. So, for example, in my case, it would be 1, Rafał, 2, science and technology journalist, 3, Wrocław. Ready? Your enthusiasm is breathtaking. Okay. Now, 1, 2. Boring test engineer. All right. And 3. I'd like to welcome everybody on behalf of everybody. Everybody is nice to meet everybody. So this is networking for you. Keep doing it today. Anyway, as you know, these conferences, they can be a bit expensive sometimes. I hear up to, what, 500 euros maybe a ticket. But this conference is free. So I think it's time to thank our sponsor and our organizer, Nokia. This is Krzysztof, and he's jumping the gun a little bit. Krzysztof, good to have you with me. I'll introduce you in a moment. This is Krzysztof Persona. He's head of TC Center here in Kraków. And Krzysztof, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rafał. Hello, everybody. Good morning. I have real privilege to welcome everybody of you on the second TestDive conference. Those of you who are on second time with us, you raised your hands. Can you stand up for a while? Just for a while, just to show some other guys who you are and that you are the second time. I will tell you why. because I thought, thank you very much. I thought what drives the TestDive conference. And I think the main is the change. So you can ask those guys if this conference changed since last year, if it's better or not. I can say that for sure the chairs are more comfortable. It's not probably the good change for the presenters, but we have a lot of coffee, so no problem. Okay, so why change? I think the people from Nokia who are doing this conference and preparing it, they are driving by change. Just after the first edition, they decided that there is a lot of things which could be changed, which we could do better. And this is the change we usually like. You know, if we drive the change, we have passion. We also have some belief that we could control change better. So I hope that the passion is there. We will see how this change, how the TestDive looks like, will be controlled over the whole day. You know, I personally make change in my life. I decided to have a dog this year, and I was very excited, and I thought I could control this change. Now the change controls me. But nevertheless, I'm still satisfied. Okay, so we are here to change and organize this TestDive differently than last year. I think most of you are come here because you are somehow wants to see what changes are coming to our domain. It's also better to be somehow prepared for change. So the new topics, very interesting subjects which will be presented during today's conference are showing you the changes you could experience in the industry, in your domains, in the following years. I think that this is also the opportunity for you to find some changes you can initiate in your teams, projects, organization, and also the systems you are working with. Going forward, TestDive is also about the change for the presenters. They are presenting to you what is changing, what they see as interested change in the industry, in test domain. So usually we have some mixed feeling about the changes. But I hope that today all of you find the changes we will propose you as an interesting one, and as a changes which are worth to be here, not for badge and some gadgets you can take, but also you can learn some new things and inspire you. Also be prepared for the changes and be more welcome for the changes which are ahead of us. So once again, welcome everybody, and so let's see how the change will be today. Thank you.